What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday Night Football Show. I'm Ivan Vargas. You got Marco Velasquez with me. Marco, what's up, man? Long time no see
A
since
very
yesterday.
long time, huh?
Yeah, I know. Dude, I was telling, I was thinking about firing up another chicken breast because I was like hungry. And I had something else. I was like, let me save that one
you
because,
know,
dude, it was fire. It was fire afterwards. Even
yeah, the marinade worked out in favor. See, secret
oh,
ingredients: soy sauce and tequila.
yeah, the man was perfect, dude. I was just saying, I'm like, God, this is so good. I was like, I might fire up another one, but I didn't. I had to pace myself. I ran a mile and a half earlier, just so I could work that and some of the beer off of me
Nice, nice.
from yesterday. But last night I'm going to go ahead and recap tonight. Monday Night Football: Eagles and Cowboys should be a good matchup in the NFC East. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing Jalen Hurts against Dak Prescott. I think it's going to be more prolific than we think. I don't want to knock the Eagles. They're they're not one of my teams on my radar that to win the NFC East. But to be honest with you, it's a crapshoot over there. I want to go ahead and before we go get into this game tonight, I want to go ahead and touch on the Sunday night game that we didn't get into. I was exhausted. You obviously had the kid. I mean, we can only do so much.
Yes,
So we can only do so much until we have to go ahead and know when to fold them. But going back to last night, San Francisco versus Green Bay, you saw the Niners, and it was a huge dude. The Niners could have been down 24-0. Before even the half, I believe it was. It was a pretty much dominating performance by Green Bay for the first half, and then the Niners kind of fought their way back. And after that stop, the one goal line stop, they ended up giving up another touchdown at 17-0. Then they fought their way back 17-7. They got all the way back, but I said it. Jimmy Garoppolo can't put the ball on the ground or have an interception, or they're going to end up losing. He had a great. I think he had a decent game, but that one, the one time he put the ball on the ground, it flipped the script for San Francisco and gave Green Bay the opportunity to go ahead and win the game.
yeah. I mean, absolutely. And how did the tables turn so quickly? I mean, I think at one point, in San Francisco, the fans started chanting Trey Lance's name because he was having such a bad game. But towards the end of the game, I mean, they definitely crawled back. It was a hard fought effort by San Francisco, but Devontae Adams, man, ended up being that big difference for Green Bay. In that last drive.
Yeah, and you know what? He was the man. Obvious. I mean, clearly he's Aaron Rodgers' favorite target, but he's showing why he's the number one receiver in the league. The guy just does his thing. Now, are you the number one receiver because of Aaron, or are you the number one receiver because you are? And I'm not knocking his skills. Devontae Adams has skills, but it'll be if Aaron does leave and Devontae ends up leaving, and they end up going their separate ways. I want to see how well. I know I kind of feel how Aaron Rodgers might perform. I want to see how Devontae performs without his guy, without Aaron Rodgers throwing to him and with somebody else throwing to him. That's maybe possibly could not be one of the like a veteran. He could possibly be a younger guy.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I mean, I see Devontae Adams, and it's almost like seeing D Hop. Like you put him in a new scenario, and I think he's still going to ball out. To be honest with you, I mean, I think he's that special player. It would be intriguing to see him, in a different uniform, but honestly, that talent goes wherever he goes. So I think he'd be successful wherever he ends up.
Yeah, and it was at times it was just pitch and catch. It was like surgical at times. It was Aaron. Here's Devontae open. Here's Devontae open. I'm looking. I'm like, what kind of coverage are you playing? Like the number 38 was so far off of Devontae at times. I'm just like, man, you need to switch up if you're San Francisco. You need to figure something else out because the guy was just. I mean, wherever he was on the field, he ended up getting open. Aaron Rodgers ended up finding him, and you saw it on that last drive. All the way up, 37 seconds left. You're going to leave Devontae Adams open in the middle of the field? Like, wow.
Yeah,
Cincinnati, they give them credit. They fought back. They are going to be involved in what's going on in this playoff picture, but that's a tough one. That's a tough way to lose it, giving Devontae an open field, especially in the middle of the field like that, and then get worked down. He got you in a field goal position essentially by himself. Green Bay ends up winning the game. Mason Crosby kicks the field goal. They end up winning it. You know, give them credit. They fought like I said. It would have been there would have been a lot of questions in Green Bay had they lost that game. Had they lost that game, after having the lead that they did. And I feel like,
Yes.
in San Francisco, I don't think that the sky is falling, but you're gonna continue to hear a Trey Lance, Trey Lance, Trey Lance. He ran a nice little touchdown, but you saw how Justin Fields struggled, right? I feel like Trey Lance, I don't feel like he has that same type of offensive line that's in kind of shambles right now. But I do feel like he is that. Let him grow, and then put him in when it's all said and done. I think there needs to be a little bit of a growing period for Trey Lance. But you know what? Moving on, we're going to go ahead and get to tonight's game, Dallas and Philadelphia. Dak Prescott looking good. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys are 1-1. He looked good last game for the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm looking for you to get Zeke more involved. I'm looking for Zeke to get more involved. I'm looking for you to be more methodical in your approach with it instead of just kind of airing it out. And I know that's the identity they want. Everybody wants to be the Kansas City Chiefs, but I feel like you got two guys in Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott that should be able to get you where you want to go as long as you're able to use them the right way. I don't know if Mike McCarthy can do that.
I mean, in all honesty, you look at that Dallas Cowboys team and you look at, the Ezekiel Elliott situation. You think about, him holding out until he got the contract that he wanted, him working out in Mexico, all that fun stuff. And then for him to still be in this position where, like, he's not really much of a difference maker any game he goes into. I mean, already 3 weeks into the season, Tony Pollard is the standout running back right now in Dallas. So really, I mean, honestly, you want Zeke to get involved, but at the same time, how much longer are you gonna have to wait for him to actually be a difference maker in the game?
Right, and you don't want to. You really, you don't want to stop break up a good thing. If Tony Pollard's working, it's getting you to where you want to go as an offense. By all means, use the mix. But I feel like there's something missing from Zeke. Is it a burst? Has he lost a step? He says he's in the best shape of his life, but I don't know. Is it the coach? I'm trying to put my finger on why Ezekiel Elliott hasn't been the way the way we expect him to play and playing the way we expect him to play. I mean, it could be lost a step. It could be Zeke doesn't have that same burst that he had before. I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to chalk that up to that just yet. I want to see a couple more games, see him try to get in the open field and accelerate before I go ahead and start judging him to whether he can or cannot do it anymore.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with you. I think he's definitely lost a step. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and judge the man, 3 weeks into the season, but he doesn't have that explosiveness that he once had. I think, when you feed him the ball, you just, as if you're on the, on that defensive line, you're kind of just, assuming, all right, he's gonna go up the gut. We could, put a halt to that. But Zeke just doesn't, he's not what he once was. And that's the concerning part about it is that, people start talking about that contract. People start talking about, hey, he lost some weight. Maybe that's going to help him out, but you just don't see it anymore. And again, it's like, maybe it's something that he's, maybe it's something that he needs to work on as far as, as the season progresses. Maybe we might see that explosiveness again, but it's been quite a while now. And, at this point, I mean, if you're a Cowboys fan, it's like, how much longer are you going to have to wait,
Right. And he added weight and lost some speed. Then he lost some weight, and maybe he's losing some strength. I don't know. But I feel like he's in like some type of a flux with his body. Like he says he's in the best shape of his life. What have you been doing for your speed? Like, have you been, what I mean? What have you been doing to really try to maintain? And I don't know. Zeke was out of shape. He was out of shape last year. He looks like he's in better shape this year. Hopefully that it's just there's some early season rust, and he gets going for the Dallas Cowboys. But it's yet to be seen. I know Dak is the guy that's going to carry it. You got plenty of receivers. I feel like Dak can be an MVP candidate if the Dallas Cowboys offensive line can hold up and you can find some type of success in the running game. You saw what he was doing last year. He was on pace for 6,000 yards. I feel like he's the same type of player. He did come off an injury, but we'll see. I mean, you're not asking him to scramble forever. You know what I mean? You're not asking him to do what Justin Fields had to do yesterday.
Right.
So So with that being said, I feel like just get a good mix. Get a good
Yeah.
mix today. You're going to find success. For the Eagles, a tough loss last week against the Niners, 17-11. It was, you know, they had a good game the week before. They had a surprising win the week before, scored 29 points, and then they looked really pedestrian this week. 12 of 23 was Jalen Hurts for 190 yards. Jalen Hurts also was the leading rusher, 10 carries for 82 yards. Miles Sanders spelled him with 55 off of 13. Quez Watkins, 117 yards off two catches. So it was just feast or famine last week for the Philadelphia Eagles, and you could imagine how that would be against a tough San Francisco 49ers team, although they gave up 20 plus points yesterday. It's a different offense than the Philadelphia Eagles in Green Bay, but going to the Eagles, both teams are coming in here 1-1. I feel like if you're able to keep this game close, because you know how fast Dallas can score. If you're able to keep this game close, find some success in the running game. Find some type of success with Miles Sanders or Jalen Hurts in the running game. You're going to be able to, at least keep it close for a majority of the game and maybe find yourself in a position to win late.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. And like, I mean, if you're an Eagles fan, I think you should be telling yourself that this season for the Philadelphia Eagles, it's a start of something new. You get off that Carson Wentz chapter finally ended in the off season. Then you see the future in Jalen Hurts, and I mean, so far early in the season, week 3, I think Jalen Hurts has definitely shown some flashes of brilliance. You see what he can do. He can throw the ball. I think he has a good arm. He's a mobile quarterback. But you definitely want to see how that team develops as far as his connection with Watson, and then Devonta Smith, who they felt like they got a steal in the draft. So it's for the Eagles, I think it's an exciting time. I think I think very highly of Jalen Hurts, and I think he can do a lot for that team.
All right, guys. Marco, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up with our predictions. It's going to be a shorter one because I got to get to What's Up Cuz here in about 15 minutes. Check out What's Up Cuz on SportsZone Chicago at 6 o'clock. But your prediction for Dallas, Philadelphia tonight, score and who wins?
I'm gonna take the Dallas Cowboys. Honestly, I think Dak is definitely gonna make a difference. For the Cowboys today. I think he has a really good game. As far as throwing to his receivers, Cooper, and then CeeDee Lamb. I think he has a standout game. But I'm gonna go with Dallas 30-14.
Say it again. You broke up at the last
Oh,
second.
sorry. I'm going with Dallas 30-14.
30-14. All right, 34. That's big points for Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the theme and stick with Dallas. I'm gonna make it a little tighter match. I think it's gonna be 30-24. I think I gave Dallas that touchdown just because I feel like they can have a higher scoring output than the Philadelphia Eagles. But I'm gonna go Dallas 30, Philadelphia 24, 6-point difference. I do see it as a high scoring game. I don't trust Dallas's defense as much as of right now, but we'll see how that goes. So it's Dallas all around for right now. We're going to join you guys at halftime on the Monday Night Football Show. For Marco Velasquez, I'm Ivan Vargas. See you at the half.